Wrapping up week 5 of media here at the University of Colorado. Big game against BYU on the horizon for Saturday night. Another night game. These wide receivers finally got involved last weekend against Wyoming. Had probably their biggest game of the year, by far their biggest game of the year so far. We had Joseph Williams, Amari Miller, Coach Phillips up on the podium. First thing that was really a standout quote was Joseph Williams talking about Caden Salter's approach and how, he really broke through this game last weekend against Wyoming.
100%. JoJo was asked at the gate just how this offense has kind of come together and clicked a little bit last week. And the first words out of his mouth were Caden Salter. His approach this past week was different. He became more of a leader. He became more vocal and talkative around the team and whatnot. And that is what Coach Prime on down has been wanting to see and hear from Caden Salter, taking accountability of this team, taking ownership of this team, and especially when you had the consummate leader of men at the quarterback position the last 2 years for this program in Shedeur Sanders. You can't have anything less than that. You can't deviate too far from that goal and that vision. So it sounds like Caden has got the message, and he's doing everything both on the field and off the field that everybody is asking of him, and we love to see it.
Yeah, Coach Phillips also talked about, living up to Shedeur Sanders. We've talked about it this offseason. That's a really tough act to follow.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what Coach Jason Phillips said, and it just feels like Caden's really embraced it. The players really sound like they've noticed Caden's, jump in leadership and just taking accountability as well.
Most definitely.
Coach Phillips also spoke about Drelon Miller. Clearly he's going through he's having a bit of a drought right now, right? Dealing with some drops, but he's got a big opportunity on his hands this weekend. Obviously, the running back room's pretty beat up. And Coach Phillips said, they're going to have a little extra for Drelon this week. We already kind of figured he'd be a big role in that running back room, but Coach Phillips basically confirmed it.
Yeah, he said we're going to do a little bit more with Drelon this week, which is exciting, right? Because this is a explosive playmaker. He obviously hasn't had the start to the season that he has wanted, a couple of the drops that you mentioned, but Coach Phillips also went out his way today to talk about Drelon's maturity in a whole different question. Like, each and every day he goes about his business and preparing for each game the right way. And the guy who works and prepares the way Drelon does, his time is going to come. He's going to have a breakout game. And it might be on Saturday. You never know.
Might be on Saturday. Also, I think it's worth noting, Coach Phillips is just no concern about Drelon and the drops and all that right now. He said he's going to be fine.
Just fine.
Another thing that Coach Phillips revealed, the wide receiver rotation is going to be cut down. It was pretty heavy this last week. Terrell Timmons looked really good in his limited opportunities. You saw Isaiah Hardge get the start, as well as who else got the start? Wasn't it Terrell out there too?
Yeah,
Hardge
so.
and
might have been Hakeem potentially.
But they were really mixing it up.
10 receivers played on that opening drive,
and they're going to cut it down this weekend,
as they should, I think. And you love to get as many guys involved as you can, especially against an opponent like Wyoming last week, but I don't want to say that the games really start to matter now, but the games kind of start to really matter now. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the games that are really important as we enter this full Big 12 stretch, starting with a very important pivotal matchup this week. A top 25 team coming to Folsom Field. You want the guys that you have supreme trust in, their abilities, their ability to do the right thing, whether they're catching the football, running a route, or blocking for a run play. You want those guys that you fully trust in the situation, in the game, more times than not. So I'm excited to see who end up being those kind of top 4 or 5 guys. We have a good idea. We know JoJo, Omarion, probably Drelon, and are going to be in that mix as well. Sincere, obviously, of course, as well. So be interesting to see how that receiver rotation looks this week after last week.
Yeah, like we've kind of talked about this going back to, really the first season of Coach Prime, how he's got his playoff rotation of guys.
Yeah.
They're really refining that. Obviously, Big 12 play is fully underway now, and I think that's what they're really getting into. It was wide receiver day on the podium. It was wide receiver day for the recruiting folks over here at CU as well. Christian Ward, not signing on the dotted line, but saying that he is committed, verbally pledging that he will be a Buff. Obviously, signing day in a few months, but we'll talk about it all on the show a bit later. But, man, this wide receiver core, they just got to – this is a great 3-star wide receiver to get from IMG, I believe, as well. Yeah. So, this is just a perfect fit for what they're trying to do here at Colorado.
No doubt. The top uncommitted receiver in this 2026 class chose the Buffs over Alabama, Arizona State, over Michigan. This is a ball player. Former teammates at Carrollton with Julian Juju Lewis as well. So, great get. Back-to-back days of commits for the Buffs in this 2026 class. It's heating up. 5 more visitors in town for the BYU game this week. If that game goes the way the Buffs wanted to, there'll be some flips coming.
No doubt. That does it for week 5 here at Media at CU. We'll see you all later.